It is the Motivate to Manifest Success Power Hour with Patricia LeBlanc. Your warm, witty, and comfy spot to discuss it all at your upbeat hangout. Patricia is your own specialist in discussions, strategies, and actions to manifest your dream life. You hold the power, and Patricia is your host and guide. Now, here is Patricia LeBlanc.
So welcome home to Motivate and Manifest Success with Patricia. My name is Patricia LeBlanc and I am your host. And I'm super excited as today my guest is my colleague and friend, Lorii Abela. And on today's show, we will be talking about secrets to find your soulmate. And it's going to be an amazing show. Let me start by asking you a few questions. Do you feel blocked from accomplishing what you want to achieve or manifest into your life? Do you feel stuck from advancing in your life? If you have answered yes to any of these questions, then I can help you. I specialize in removing the energetic blockage that prevent you from achieving your goals and manifest the life that you truly want. You're probably saying, why should I work with you? You see, beside being a certified IT master instructor, Reiki master, I used to let my energetic blockage hold me back from achieving my goals. When I started releasing the blockage that were holding me back, my life shifted. And I was able to achieve my goals and manifest the life that I've always wanted, but was too afraid to go after. So not only have I used my energy healing modalities on my clients, but I have used it on myself. So I know it works. Please visit my website at www.patricialeblanc.ca for more information about how I can help you to remove energetic blockages that are holding you back. I look forward to working with you because you deserve success and to manifest the life that you truly want. So guess what time it is? It's angel time. Let's start the show with an angel card reading done by yours truly. So this week's angel card reading is for the week starting from April 23rd, 2015 to April 29, 2015. This week's reading is done using the Angel Therapy Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. For Thursday and Friday, the 23rd and 24th of April 2015, the card pull is Heart Chakra. The angels are letting you know that you have all the answers that you need is inside your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love, and you will find your answers. For Saturday and Sunday, the 25th and 26th of April 2015, the card pull is Heal Away Addictions. Your angels are letting you know that it is time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing, and it will be done. For Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 27th to the 29th of April 2015, the card pull is Have You Asked Your Angels for Help with this? Your angels are letting you know that they want to help you with whatever situation you're going through right now, but they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. So do not be afraid to ask them for help, as they want to help you, but they need your permission. If you would like to have your own personalized angel card reading done by me, please visit my website at www.patriciaeleblanc.com/angels, where you will get a 15% discount as a thank you for being one of our viewers. And do not forget to check out the testimonials from past and existing clients. Are you guys all ready to rock and roll? Because I know I sure am. So I'm happy to welcome to today's show the amazing Lorii Abela. Lorii Abela is a multi-awarded international leader and motivational speaker, matchmaker, and an acknowledged expert on soulmates. Co-author of 4 international best-selling books, including Sexy Secret to a Juicy Love Life, Volume 1 and 2, Lorii helps singles find their soulmates using the law of attraction. If you have been wondering how you can turn your light on, wow, and enchant your soulmate into entering your life, Lorii has the answers. So welcome to our show today, Lorii. How are you doing?
Good, thank you for asking. Appreciate it.
Perfect. So I love it's so nice to have you on the show, especially since I was in your book, Sexy Secret to a Juicy Love Life, the Volume 1. So it's always nice to have you come on my show. So what could be the reasons why it takes a while for some singles to find the lover that they're looking for?
Yeah, it's a good question because, like, obviously, I get that question a lot.
um, obviously my clientele are composed of those people who have been wondering like how come it's not showing up and it's been like a while and then they're aging and they're wondering about their biological clock. So obviously a lot of people have these repetitive patterns. So I'll give you some of the common reasons why this is happening. So most of the people don't know what exactly they want. So when you ask them what do you want, and then they will say like, oh, I want somebody who's tall, somebody who is good looking, and somebody who has, you know, a good I should say like good set of teeth, and then somebody who has you know, good job. So those are usually the things that they telling me. So obviously it doesn't really matter much because these are just mostly exterior characteristics of a person. And so if you're looking for somebody, you might as well go, you know, bigger in a sense like, okay, think much more holistic. You're not just thinking about what is the physical aspect of the person, but you have to also think about, you know, the other components of an individual. So you have to think like, you know, what's inside a person. So you're not just generally talking about the things that they are from head to toe, but they are also you are also incorporating what's inside. Let's say it has to be somebody who is good-hearted, who's going to be able to love me and respect me. Of course, those are important ones, love and respect, because like you know, those are the foundations of relationships. So when they are looking for somebody, they you know most of the time people are looking online, and so when you go online, imagine like how many people are there. So the thing is that because people don't know what they want, they just you know look at everybody, browse at everybody, and so little did they know. Obviously, you know they should be aware that a lot of people are already looking at the same person that you're looking at over there because like you know most of the time you base it on what you see. So you look at the photo, and then like you look at the probably even the color of the skin. It all depends like what is your fancy. But anyway, most of the time people are looking for greener pastures. Okay, so this one is not good. Go to the next. Go to the next. So it's never ending process. They go all the time to the next person, and what happened is that they are not suffice because they don't exactly know what is it they want. So as a result, you know, most of the time they attract the same kind of partner all the time. So those are the people that they are not exactly what they're looking for. And so if you don't know also what kind of relationship you want, so some might show up and this person is not interested with marrying at all. And if you're interested with marrying, and then like you know, obviously it's not what you're looking for, or somebody might even say like, okay, I don't want children, but exactly that's the opposite of what you want. And so another reason is that a lot of people, because like you know, we're basing everything on the law of attraction, they are attached to the outcome. So in the end, they're focusing on what is lacking in their life. So they're missing the joy because they're always saying like, oh, look at that, there's another guy over here, and so they will just take them as they are, and then because they don't know what they want, they just take them as they are because they're the ones who's available. And so sometimes there's you know people keep on showing all the time the same characteristics, and sometimes when it happens like you know when you are talking about the outcome, sometimes there's also um, like probably long periods of months that there was not gonna be somebody's gonna show up, and so like you're always wondering where is this guy, and then you keep on looking at every guy who you see at the bars, probably I don't know, or maybe in while you are walking in the street, you look at every guy, or you look at every guy in every party, so you're focusing what is missing in your life. So it's not good. It's like being obsessed with what is supposed to be happening and what's lacking in your life, so you're attracting more of what is lacking. And so another reason is that obviously this complements well with women, so they're hanging out with friends. Sometimes these friends are obviously the people who are not really good to hang out with. So maybe they're the ones who have been desperate, or maybe they're the ones who have been wondering. There are no other good men out there, so there's full of negativity. So obviously negativity rubs in all the time, with the people hanging out together all the time. So as there's a saying which goes, um, birds of the same feather go attract each other. So that's those are the most common reasons that I can share with you.
I love how you mentioned like some people will go on the superficial because I've had clients because like you, I work a lot with the law of attraction. I mean, I had one client came to me and it was basically, okay, I want a tall, dark, handsome guy. And I'm like, and well, he has to be tall, dark, and handsome. Okay, and what else does he need? Like, you can't just go, I want a tall, dark, handsome guy. Like, what's important for you? Like, I love how you say if you want to be married, then you need to be clear you want somebody who wants to get married. If you want kids, you also need to be clear with that because you could end up attracting someone who doesn't want to get married and doesn't want kids. So it is important to be clear on what you want. Um, and to be patient because the universe will give you your soulmate when the time's right. So if you force it, it's not going to happen. I've learned that the hard way about the universe. You just let it go and it'll come when it's supposed to come. Perfect. And Lorii, how can one avoid attracting lovers with the same characteristics as themselves?
Yeah, that's another thing, because you have to be able to identify exactly who you are, because a lot of people, they look at what is missing in their life, so they focus on the other person, so they never focus what's inside, what is who. Let's say I am Lorii. Who is Lorii? I don't know. Like, when you ask that to people, like, let's say I ask, who's Patricia? And so, like, they cannot even say, like, they will just generally tell you all the time, oh, I'm a Patricia. I'm a Reiki master, and so and so and so and so. So that's how they, describe who they are. They just describe themselves as somebody who is based on their what do they do for work. And so apparently when you don't know what you are, then you don't even know what you want. And so, like, it's a run around thing. You're always going around in circles. And so if you ask, like, who am I, and what am I to offer? So obviously you will start to be bragging about yourself now. Oh, I'm such and such and such and such. But who else? What else is inside of you? Like, what else? So if you want to have a different person show up, you have to be a match to your match. So it means that you have to not necessarily put your best foot forward, in a sense that you push yourself to your limit. But I'm just saying that just be the best that you can be, because, like, obviously if you can be the best that you can be, you are going to be attracting somebody who's going to be like you, because the other person's always going to be mirroring who you are anyway. So I suggest also that if you can write down what you do not want, because if you write down what you do not want, which is showing up, let's say you don't want somebody who's very cheap. Let's say they invite you on a date, and then, like, they take you to I'll take you to the best Dunkin' Donuts in town.
Or
And so,
McDonald's?
yeah, I know. So, like, if you want somebody like that, I suggest, like, give yourself your what is your worth as well. So maybe you're becoming so cheap as well. Have you been treating yourself well? Have you been just taking yourself to do the cheapest, when you go to restaurants, you're always looking at the menu, which one is the cheapest price. So it means, like, you have to value yourself so that the other person will value you. So it's a circle. So whatever is showing up in your life is exactly like how you're portraying your belief in yourself and how you treat yourself. So you have to be very careful. So, like, as I was saying, write down everything that you don't want so that you will be able to identify. Actually, like, write as much as you can, because, like, obviously, if let's say you're 40 years old, you already have had a lot of relationships. So, like, you already know what are the type of characteristics that you're not looking for. And so you have to also understand, like, why is it showing up in your life? Is that something that you have to work on yourself? And so let's say you already have listed these things. So I also suggest that you have to change the counterpart of that. So let's say you don't want somebody who's cheap. So you want somebody who's generous. So, like, write in a separate column all the reversed words for that particular things that you have written, which is the things that you don't want. And so what I usually suggest to my clients is to burn all of those things that you don't want. So it's like a process, like, you have to burn this particular list which is not working for you. And so, like, you have to ask the universe, please don't show, don't let this kind of characteristic show up in my life anymore. Because, like, it's sending a release over there in the universe, like, okay, I have, I'm giving this set of characteristics that I want. So, like, I let you be in charge of this. I don't want these things in my life anymore. So, like, you focus now on what is the thing that you want. You keep that, and then, if you want, like, make sure that you set it aside, and then sometime in the future, if you found this person, like, open it up, and you'll be surprised. Maybe there are a lot of things which is matching with what you're looking for. And so I also encourage, after you have done this, you have to acknowledge as well, like, your self-worth, because a lot of times people don't acknowledge that they're worthy of the right person. Maybe they're thinking, like, okay, he's so handsome for me. Obviously, like, we have seen a lot of those, especially in the celebrity world, that, the probably the most good looking woman is not much with a, best looking guy. But, sometimes you will, see some guys who are not really, like, good looking, but in a sense, because they have money, then they are attractive. But, some of them doesn't necessarily follow that way. Some, you would recognize that there's some celebrities as well who got married to somebody who is just not even one of those people in the celebrity world either, but they have found that, they're much more happier that way. So you just have to also make sure that you change your story about yourself. You have to believe that you deserve the best, and you have to acknowledge that you are worth it. Because, like, nobody's gonna believe in you, first of all, except you. So you don't, your peers who are positive cannot do it for you. They might cheer you up once in a while, but they're, their body is separate from your body. Okay, so yeah, I think, like, those are important matters that they should take into account.
I love how you say it all starts with yourself, and you also need to be clear on what you don't want, because sometimes when you don't become clear on your subconscious level, you're thinking about that. So of course like we know, you attract what you think of. So by becoming clear on what you don't want, then you can actually make sure that you're no longer thinking about, okay, so if you don't want somebody I don't want somebody who's going to abuse me, who's going to be cheat on me and all that. But if you're focusing on just that, that's what you're going to attract. So yeah, I agree with you. It's very important to make a list of what you don't want, because you need to know what it is that you don't want in a relationship. Because you can't just focus on what you want, because sometimes your subconscious may be thinking, I don't want this, so I'm just going to focus on this. But you need to remove that thought that you don't want that. So that's always good. And I love also how you say about it all starts with ourselves, because if we don't think that we're worthy of love or being in a healthy relationship, obviously we're not going to attract that, because it all starts with ourselves. So that's, I love that how you say that. And Lori, yeah. And Lori, do you think there's a possibility that the law of attraction for love can fail to work?
Yeah, it's funny because, like, some people can be wondering, like, does it really work? Because you're like, I've been waiting and waiting, and, I think, like, I'm getting too old, and then the person hasn't show up. But you know what? the sad part is it's always working, even though you're thinking of positive or negative. So it's always working. So that's always advisable to watch out what you're thinking about, because since nobody can be watching over you, like 24 hours a day. What are you thinking? You cannot even do that. I guess, like, there's nobody who's existing who was able to monitor whatever they're thinking all the time. So what I usually suggest to people is that change their thoughts into happy thoughts. So um it's like listening to a radio station. So you select the airtime that you tune in. So let's say, in order, this is a way in order to distract yourself. So, like, maybe focus on, if you have pets, focus on some time in order to pet them and them enjoy their company. Obviously, like, these people who have pets are much more probably in a better situation because they have some companion in their house. Those people who doesn't have pets, they have to brood all the time and probably even just watch TV. So, but if ever, you can stop these people who are watching TV, but I still suggest that you are very selective of what you watch on TV, because, like, let's say you're watching a lot of soap, and you're watching a lot of those reality shows wherein usually, especially in soap, they're focusing on cheating. They're always focusing on a lot of drama because that's what sells on TV. So just make sure that you are selecting whatever you are listening into or you're watching in. And so let's say if you're driving to work, why don't you listen to something that you really like? Because, like, that's an opportunity to be happy. There are a lot of opportunities to be happy. You have to recognize what it is for you, because, like, everybody describe happiness in their own sense. Somebody will probably say, like, oh, I'm happy when I see nature, so go out, explore. And so especially nowadays, like, it's springtime, so the weather is better. I know that you have brutal weather over there in Canada. So it's time to
And especially my poor parents, there's so much snow that most of the winter, they couldn't even look out their window. So I count my blessing because Toronto wasn't that bad compared to my parents in the East Coast. But yeah, Canada can get quite brutal.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Perfect. So I love how you say that you focus. It's very important to select what you're listening to because once again, you need to protect your mind very carefully and to be able to attract what you want. What you listen to will play a big factor because if you listen to a bunch of negative stuff and that's all you're seeing, well, that's what you're going to keep thinking negative things. As if you're listening to something that's positive and uplifting, then you're going to be able to be more positive and uplifting and you'll be able to attract better things. So yeah, I agree with you. Law of attraction doesn't always work because it depends on what you focus on, and if you're more positive or negative, it'll make a very big impact. So, Lori, would you share some secrets to be able to manifest one soulmate?
Okay. So I would like to follow the law of attraction because, like, some people, I know that you have a lot of followers who believe in that, but some people probably don't know. So, like, let me share you what is usually under the law of attraction process. So the first thing is you should be able to ask. So obviously, like, sometimes you don't even to have to ask because, like, your thoughts is always working. Even though you're sleeping, sometimes probably it's still working. It's finding solutions all the time for you, because, like, I find that happening. Like, I'm looking for a solution in the evening, and then, like, it will sometimes show up in my dreams. So even sometimes, like, if it's not in my dreams, it comes up early in the morning. So this asking is something which comes up, but it's also nice if you can actually ask in a sense that you know what you're asking about because you are awake, so you are conscious. So this is a given already, as I was saying, asking. And so, like, the next thing is you have to believe. So you need to know and believe that this is going to happen because obviously, I remember this Esther Hicks. She was saying, like, if you only knew there are a lot of palaces in the future because everybody is dreaming of a big house sometime, in their life. So that's what's showing up over there in everybody's, they call it the vortex. So that's, the divine reality, like, that's how it is supposed to be. Everybody has their own mansions, or probably everybody has their own good looking, handsome, rich and everything guy. So they're there. So like you have to believe that this person is over there, and then like, it's just you have to align yourself in order to be able to meet this person. So do not keep on wondering where this person is all the time, and where is he, because like, obviously, as I was saying, if you're focusing on what's lacking in your life, the more that you are aggravating the issue, because like, it's not going to show up if you are so obsessed with the idea. And then you have to act only when you're inspired. Let's say somebody told you like, okay, out of the blue, a friend of yours said like, okay, why don't you join Tinder? And if you don't have any negative thoughts about online dating, just do it, because like you'll never know, it might be the universe or your angels telling you this information. So if you don't have negative ideas about online dating, just do it. You'll never know what's gonna show up. I remember I have a friend who told me about Tinder, because obviously she has used it, and she said like, she is now in a happy relationship with the doctor. And so like, as I was saying, you never know where and how this person's going to show up. Your objective is just to identify what is it you want, so that the how and when and how is just going to be appearing, in the most unlikely places and time. And so what I usually also recommend is play the game called as if. So as if this person is already in your life. So this actually works really well. So I've used that, and then I'll give you an example. So even before I got married to my husband, I was using his surname. So I used that as a password with a lot of my lag in information. And so when even before he showed up, I was pretending that I have a honey. So I call honey, so I'm home. So it's putting yourself in preparation for this person. Like it's not only preparing, but it's actually feeling that this person is already with you. So sometimes, let's say you watch a movie, you set aside a particular space for him, or you even set aside a space for him in your closet. I know that it's rough, especially if you're living in a metropolitan area. In metropolitan areas, there's not enough space. So most people are in a small apartment. So but you have to work for it if you really want it. So one time I remember a friend of mine visited me. She's from New York, and she was visiting me in Chicago, and she's wondering what happened to all of your clothes. I know that you have a lot of clothes. And so like, yeah, I had to make sure that I have a space for him. So that's what I did. And so of course the last part of the whole process is in order to be able to receive. So a lot of people will show up in your life. You just have to always focus on the synchronicities, because what happened is that there will be some hints that this person is showing up. So if you know somebody who showed up, let's say you had a date by accident, somebody showed up, and then like, oh, okay, this person, you have to acknowledge what are the best things about them. Oh, this person is generous. Oh, this person is smart. So maybe he's not the good looking guy, but you have to acknowledge, whatever his attributes are. Because like, if the more you focus on what the good things about people are, the more of those will show up. And so like, you have to always be, as, Patricia was saying, you have to be patient, because like, everything will show up. You just don't know when is it. Like imagine like, I remember a friend of mine, we were classmates in high school. We were having a pact. We said like, we will meet somehow in the future. And so we have a theme song, like Time After Time. I don't know if you know that, but it's a song by, I forgot the singer now. She's from England. And so she, it took us 15 years before we actually met. So we met here in the United States. So yeah, if you have the intention, and the higher is your desire, the more chances of it occurring. So, but of course, like there must be a desire, but you not should not be so obsessed with your desire. And so, as I was saying, you have to just receive. Do not put any judgment on the person showing up in your life, because you'll never know. You know, let's say most of the time you get lucky if you met somebody who is at least like 70 to 80% of what you're looking for. So that's already a jackpot, because it's interesting, because this person is gonna be molded to what you're looking for eventually, because that's what you're looking for. So it will eventually transform the person. As long as you're doing your inner work as well, this will be the best person for you. You will, the little quirks. Let's say, I remember I was looking for somebody um who doesn't have a beard, but actually my my husband has a beard. So yeah, that's the way it is. Just receive.
I like how you do the has if game because I know I've done that in the past with clients. Like, when you get home, like, honey, I'm home. I love that one. But I also tell my clients, set a place at the table for them, even if you're by yourself. And I love your example of the closet. Make space for them because in order to attract, then you're telling the universe, I'm ready and I have room for them in my life. But you also need to be emotionally available because if you don't emotionally are not available to be in a relationship, then you're not going to attract them. So it's just going to take longer to people to attract them. So I find that's always a really good thing to focus, play the as if game again. And also, you never know where they're going to show up. Like I tell people, don't just sit at home waiting for the guy to show up or the girl because that's never. Chances are, her later guy's not going to show up at the door, and that'll be your soulmate. Um, but if somebody has that happen, I like to hear about that because I think that'd be a pretty rare story. Um, but go out. Don't just sit at home. If you want to go do like salsa or something, go out and do salsa. You never know. That's where you could end up meeting your soulmate. But if you sit at home, you're not definitely not going to meet them. So I really like that act as if because you never know when you don't expect it. That's when you're going to meet the right your soulmate. So that's an amazing thing here. So, what would be if you could only give one tip or one secret to our viewers about how to manifest or how to attract your soulmate? What would it be?
What I usually tell is that you have to believe, because it's not gonna happen if you don't believe. A lot of us are doubting, but obviously you have to work it out.
I love that the belief because yeah, if you don't believe, it's obviously not going to happen because it all starts with us. So that's always a good thing. So, Lori, what are your current projects and how can people find you?
So actually, I'm going to a matchmaking conference and dating coaches seminar this coming week. And so I'm also focusing on helping successful singles with matchmaking for men and dating coaching for women. So I'm also thinking of writing another book. This time around, I'm focusing on my countrymen. So they're on the spotlight. So it's for men who are interested with attracting Filipina women. So you can reach me, of course, at my website, howcanyouFindLove.com, and definitely mustloveaccents.com. And so I'm also in all social media like Facebook, Lorii Abela, Lori Abela, Abela. And so I'm also in Twitter, How Can You uh, Find Love? And I think those are the most common social media.
Perfect, Laura. Lori. So thank you so much for being on my show. I really enjoy it and looking forward to talking to you very soon. So and so people can yeah. So thank you, Lori, and it was nice talking to you.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect. So my name is Patricia LeBlanc, and thank you for listening to today's show. Lots of success in the coming week, and talk to you all next week. Have a nice week, everyone, and don't forget to check out my new website, www.patricialeblanc.ca.
Thank you for joining Patricia and Motivate to Manifest Success Power Hour. Tune in next week for more motivation to manifest your dream life.